Welcome to Kerry's Gone Fishing. Kerry's Gone Fishing is brought to you by Highway 19 Groceries, Pond Plus 2 in Winfield, First National Bank, Dr. Rodney A. Tittle, and S&R Motors. And now here's your host, Kerry Holcomb.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Kerry's Gone Fishing. We got a very, very special show in store for you this morning. I mean, if we don't fall flat on our face, we're going to have one of the greatest. Should be able to show you some really, really good fish.
Got what he wanted, didn't he?
He got what he wanted. That's ridiculous. How did that happen?
You got to learn to tie a knot.
Anyway, that's exactly what happened. P-line, I didn't cinch it good. Anyway, folks, I got a guest with me this morning that's a great guy. Most of you are going to know him, Bobby Page. Bobby's with First National Bank. And I'm going to let him say a few words to you this morning.
Kerry, it's just great to be out on the lake with you this morning. Of course, we've been enjoying your premiere shows that you just started on Channel 8, and everybody enjoys going fishing, and nobody enjoys it more than me and you. So I know we're going to have a great morning out here this morning, and just got to cast a few casts so far, and looks like the fish are biting, and I'm looking forward to being your guest and enjoying a good time with you here this morning.
We certainly enjoy having you out here with us. We got just a little bit of rain. Hopefully we're gonna have enough time to get a show in. We're at Ride Outfitters, just out of Hamilton. A lot of you folks never heard of this place, but I can promise you, this is a 25-acre lake, and it is loaded with 4, 5, 6-pound bass.
Maybe a 10.
And there has been 10s come out of here, and there's potential. We think there's 14s in here. If the Lord's willing, we're gonna catch us one of those 10s today. And we got Steve Jackson behind the camera today. Normally my wife does this, but Steve, he came out, and he's gonna film us today. We think it's gonna kind of be a special show, or we certainly hope it is. And I wanna give just a minute and thank some folks that helped us get out here and helped us do this. First of all, I want to thank Lance Wright, Wright Outfitters. We're going to try to hopefully give y'all a little bit of a taste of what Lance has got out here. He offers hunting, fishing. I'm going to have him on later and give you the prices on some of his prices. I really don't know what they are. I want to thank, of course, First National Bank. Certainly, again, thank Bobby for being with us, and we'll talk about them a little bit later on. I want to thank Rodney Tittle down in Winfield, Alabama. Rodney is a dentist. He's not only a dentist, Rodney is a surgeon. He's an oral surgeon. He'll do basically anything for people. He'll put you in a hospital if you're reluctant, like I am, if you're a big chicken. He'll put you in a hospital. He'll put you to sleep, and he'll take care of you there. Rodney even does shut-ins. He does the handicap. He does a lot of things that other folks just won't do. I mean, he's just a super guy, and you need to go by and see him if you need any dental work or cleanings or anything. I want to thank Highway 19 Grocery, S&R Motors. There's just a host of people. I'm wanting to fish so bad I can't hardly talk about this.
Can't do one of these shows without your sponsors, though, Kerry.
I've done broke off here and on a fish about a foot long. It's a little embarrassing. Had one on, and folks, y'all should have saw this. There was 4 or 5 5-pounders trying to eat it, and it just I got excited and had to bring it on into the boat.
Finally held my mouth right. Got me a little bass going here. You don't think we'll put too much pressure on the front of this Triton boat this morning, Kerry?
I think we're gonna have to pick up some to get the huge one. I think he wants us to take those. There ain't much on there to eat, but folks, we kept that little fish, and the reason we're doing this is a managed lake, and I think Lance said you had to take like 1,200 pounds a year out. And
better fish. Better
we're
fish. Double on.
look at here, we got 2 on. Got 2 on. Come on out there and let's see what you look like, fish.
I want to see mine. He's a good one.
Yeah, I think yours is talking to us.
Come here, fish.
We got a good fish on right here, folks. We'll get down here and get the net.
He finally decided to hit.
Look here. Oh yeah, this one's talking now. This is what we want. Look here. This is what we want, folks.
I'll talk to you in just a minute, Kerry. I'm a little busy right now.
I love it. Look here. Look here.
Big
Here's a
fish
5,
falling.
6 pounder.
And another one with it, running right
Man,
with
and
it.
I don't have the fluke loose. Oh, that's big. That's big. Here we go. Here's a 7 or 8. Ah, look at here, folks. Look at here. Woo!
I just want to touch you over
Look
there.
at here.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even bring my scales not working. Did you bring your scale?
Look at that.
Look here,
mouth.
folks.
Is he beautiful?
Folks, I'm telling you,
Jimmy Houston said they're no good if you don't get some slime on your lips.
this is what you can do on this lake. And it's full of them. This is just one of them. That's a, gosh, he's been caught just a few days ago. Look at that. That fish is pushing 8 pounds.
Close.
Pushing 8
Close.
pounds. It really is. That is a very, very nice fish, folks. We're going to get him back in there because we want him to be a 10-pounder here in a couple of
That's
years.
the brooder fish.
Woo!
Like,
Ain't
give me
that
a
something?
5er on that one.
Manage lake, and we got to take 1,100 pounds a year out of it. And we've been instructed anything under 14 inches, he wants us to take out of the lake for him today, and we're going to do that. So you see us catching these little fish, putting them in the live well. Yeah, we're going to eat them. It's certainly not going to go to waste, but we got to take a few of the little ones out so you can get fish just like Bobby just caught. I mean, it's just great.
The shadows on the water, you know, we just got a perfect light rain, and those fish are looking up, and I know we're going to catch some more just like the fish we just landed. This is just the start, and I feel like we're going to have a wonderful morning. What a good day to be here.
Whew. Can't beat it.
Let me stop shaking so I can get back to fishing.
I mean, it's just, the Lord's just blessed us so much by
You bet.
putting us in a place like this and giving us this opportunity and just letting us be out here, folks. And
How good can it be?
we're going to fish and let Steve rest just a minute and let Bobby, let him
I got to
regroup there.
get regrouped and rebaited just
And,
a little. That
I
fish
got-
tore my bait up.
I got to try to catch up with him.
Kerry, as you can see, fishermen love this kind of weather. I don't know about the cameraman this morning, but the fishermen love this kind of weather. We've got an opportunity to come out. I just thank you again for having me over here with you. And since the bank was one of the sponsors today, I know Mr. Austin Atkins put you up to this to bring me along, but thanks anyway. Ever how I can get in the boat, I'll take it any way I can get it. But I do hope that the customers of the bank enjoy this show today, and that if you haven't tried our bank, First National Bank, that you'll come by sometime and see us. And please know that most work days I'm in the bank, but today I just had to come out and enjoy a morning of fishing and relaxation that is something I cherish each time that I go. And thanks again for inviting me.
Bob, you're certainly welcome. I mean, again, it's just so great to be out here, even though the weather is just a little bit dreary, but it's still very fishable. I mean, to a fisherman, it's just almost perfect. And,
Yeah, that's true.
I understand that, you know, the people maybe buying out South Trust is, I think maybe their intentions are to move some of the money maybe to the bigger cities.
Well, it could happen. I mean, we don't know the story on this yet. It's a mystery to us. It's just exact. Oh my goodness, good fish. We shouldn't talk banking when we're fishing, should
Well,
we? But anyway,
we made a mess again. We broke a line.
It's something we don't know all the answers to. Of course, we are just a community group that are trying to serve in the community that we live in, and we've got several areas, the community towns that we serve, and we still enjoy our service to our communities, and we know there's going to be large banks and small banks, but we're definitely proud to be a small bank that's serving a large community, and hoping to grow more in the future, you know, and have our niche in the banking world.
Well, I really, you know, I think it, you know, Hamilton is a small town, and of course we got banks in a lot of different towns, but
He's coming. Come here, baby. Oh, stay in the water. Just another fish with an attitude. He don't like rain. Still on the small side, but we'll take him. Just keeps you from going to sleep in the boat.
oh, we'll take them any size.
We know how many 10-pounders are in this lake. That's why we don't want to be catching these little boys.
Hey, anybody can catch them old big fish. You just got to get it's hard to get your bait through them big ones, and when you have to get down and get those little ones.
When you're offering him 6 hooks, you got to persuade him.
Right. We got a little one to bite that time.
Oh, my.
Okay. Just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Still like a long way being where we want to be. You run us when you caught that 8-pounder. It kind of set the tone.
I mean, that's a big standard to follow.
Yeah, it sure is.
We'd get good at that
Yeah.
if we practiced enough. Hit the hole. Put it in the live well. Kind of got ruined a while ago on this big fish, and now I'm wanting my rod bent again. I love to see them little babies get on that top water bite.
I'm telling you, there's just not anything like it.
When I see them hit, I can't hardly keep that lump from getting right up there in my throat. Come here, baby. As you say, a few of these fellas have to go home with us today. We usually throw these babies back, but Lance needs a few of them taken out of his pond.
You know, and I think he knew I could catch small fish, so I think that's the reason he wanted me to come over here.
He won't want us talking about his lake as a pond. He's got a beautiful lake here. It's not a pond.
That's correct.
That's for sure, and it's a beautiful lake. Well managed at that, and there's so many big fish here. I just don't know why that we're not getting more of them to come on these baits. You know, I'm having a ball. These fish just don't know they're not big. They've got a bad attitude. Look at him.
Yeah.
He thinks he can jump like mama. Just a little bitty guy. But a lot of fun to catch.
You know, this is the most small fish that I saw come out of this lake.
Yeah, Lance is going to be ashamed of us.
Yeah.
See, I was about to throw that baby back, but he told us to keep him.
Yeah. Well, that's old habit, you know.
Hey, you're getting a pretty good little mess of fish that you can cook up. The hush puppies and get the grease warm there wouldn't be half bad.
Now, that one's got the color to it.
Oh, he does.
He's got the color to it like some of those bigger fish will have.
Pretty little bass.
Look how pretty his color is.
Oh, man. Got that silver hue in his...
He got the suntan, I think. He's been laying up down here.
That's a well-tanned fish.
Yeah.
Put him in the live well, he'll eat good.
Uh-oh.
Talk about them river folks loving them pond fillets.
Yeah, we're going to thank a couple of folks again that's been helping us with this deal that we got going on here. And of course, we want to thank First National, those folks. Kind of when you think of, and I'm going to do a kind of a commercial for them because, and it's absolute truth, when you think of banking, and especially when you think of First National, you think of Bobby Page. And
thank you.
And there's a lot of great folks there, I'm telling you, that does a great job, but Bobby's been with them so long, and just about everybody knows him. And, I don't need to say a whole lot more because he kind of speaks for himself. It's just he does a super job. He's helped a tremendous amount of people. The bank itself has helped a tremendous amount of people. And they're just, you know, they're just a great bunch of folks. We certainly want to thank Rodney Tittle. He's a dentist down in Winfield, and when I say dentist, folks, he's a heck of a lot more than that. He's a oral surgeon. He does just anything that you need done, he can take care of you. He does in-house stuff, of course, and then he'll put you in the hospital. He'll do whatever you want done. We also want to thank S&R Motors in Hamilton, CJ's up on 24, Ty Hester. We want to thank Highway 19 Grocery, the pawn shop down in Winfield, Pawn Plus 2, those good folks down there. There's some more folks that's helped us do this thing that we're going to try to put on the screen when we do this show that's helped us in the past. I don't want to take up a whole lot of time here because I just know I'm fixing to catch I got to catch at least a 5-pounder. I can't let Bobby whip me as bad as he's got me whipped right now. He's got me down.
That 8-pounder sure felt good this morning, I'll tell you. I'm waiting on another one, though.
We're getting back up in the area where Bob caught the big fish. And I can see they got some shad run up over here. We got almost in throwing range of them. And it is almost. We ain't even to the brush pile yet.
Down there, Kerry, and I remember there's a road ran down by Pond Dam not far from the house there one time. John and Sam were down there fishing. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes a funeral procession down the road, kicking up dust. Old Sam jumps up, takes his hat off, and puts it over his heart. You know, and after it goes by, he sits back down. John said, "That was certainly a nice thing of you to do." He said, "Yeah, she was a good wife for about 45 years.
Oh. Well, you know what can you say?
Won't hardly miss a fishing trip for anything.
I'm telling you. Come back in there. Well, folks, we're still not catching that 3 or 4 pounder that we know is in here. And we saw them this morning, actually. But we are catching a few fish, some takeout fish here, and hopefully
Make 2 points.
Hopefully we're still going to get that big one here in a minute, another big one.
Kerry, what do you think about this overcast sky keeping me from getting my arms burned up, and fish are biting, you know. We've seen a couple of really big fish out here today and a lot of little fish. Fantastic day, what can I say?
It's been a great day. I mean, it's right off the bat, I got a little old fish on a crankbait, and they was 3 or 4 or 5 pounders trying to eat it.
I saw that.
I was certainly wanting them to eat it, but then Bobby catches a good 8-pounder, I think, and we catch a lot of small fish. And there was another fish with an 8-pounder that's probably as big as it was, and I had a fish on my other fluke, and I couldn't throw in there, and my wife has just hung probably I don't know, 6 to 8 pound fish, and it got off. But I'm telling you, we're not doing the lake justice. It's just kind of the big bite is not quite as good as we hoped it would be, but
you just know those giant fish are right down there.
I'm telling you, they're just a cast away. On every cast you're expecting to catch one. There's just so many of them. I tell you, it would certainly pay you to make a visit to this lake.
Fishing paradise.
It's
beautiful
sure
water, fresh water.
We've had I think we've had 20 days of rain this past month, and this lake's as clear as a bell. I mean, it's just perfect.
Unreal. I didn't dream it would be this clear today. Near perfect fishing conditions. Great morning. Just makes you appreciate nature and the creation.
Another one of those with that pretty color.
Oh, got the dark color, doesn't
Yep.
it?
I think that fish is. What you been doing there, bud? You've been eating something. I don't know exactly what. I really couldn't tell. Again, that's a lot of, I don't know how many fish we got in the live well, several. They're gonna be some mighty good eating.
I'm having to push the door down.
Got her packed full.
Lot of fun.
Just absolute blast. Probably the temperature is not a bit over 78, 80 degrees. Perfect day.
Oh, come here, fish. Come here, fish. I want that one that bends that pole level again. But I'm having to settle for small fry. Right species, wrong size. They do love the little white super fluke.
Man, is there not a bunch of them that size in here though? I mean, they certainly need some of
A
them.
little
tucked
better
out.
fish this time.
Just a little bit. These was a little better fish down here on this riprap a while ago.
I lost one right there. Not paying attention.
That was that funny bite again on that one.
You've scored about 50 points today.
Well,
Hitting that hoop.
I'm getting a little practice now. I feel a little better. Getting that rain share again, I think that's going to help the bite just a little bit.
Yes, it is. No doubt about it.
If I don't get us in here on top of them. Folks, if nothing else, you really should bring a kid over here. I mean, it's a great place. I think it'd be a great place to bring a youngster that maybe hadn't had the opportunity to fish, or I don't really recommend you take a kid that hasn't bass fishing for the first time, for their first outing. I mean, it's just, there's can be a lot of frustration in it, and like I'm tied up here, I'm a grown-up, and I'm tied in several knots, but a youngster, when you bring them to a lake like this and spend time with them, they're going to catch a fish. Sooner or later, they're going to catch a fish, and they're probably going to be ruined for life when they do, because a lake like this could put a good fish in the boat for
There's
them.
no doubt about it. A person could come over here any day thinking they're going to catch a live well full of brim and get one of the biggest bass of their lifetime. I recently saw an article in one of the fishing magazines where a man had caught a 13.3 pound bass on a cane pole using a number 6 hook. Now that's hard for me to believe, but it was in print in that book. But so you never know what you're going to catch when you put your lure in the water.
I guarantee you, that pier right there, I had a bluegill on. It's probably 3/4 of a pound, and they was at least an 8-pounder, chased it all around that pier. And I had of course, again, I was trying to let it eat it, you know.
Yeah.
But finally it saw me and it swam away. But now, they love them brim.
Another little live well fish, lots of fun. Hard to quit, hard to quit. I need to go. I need to get the dip net on this one.
Yeah, he don't know he's hooked yet. He's got no idea.
What a fish.
Ooh-wee. Come on, get out of it. Still got you on the wrong side, hadn't I?
Mercy. What a fish,
I'm
what a
going to
fish.
try to get us flipped back around there. This is a good fish. Another 6-7 pound fish, I think.
At least.
Oh, yeah.
A good one. Coming up a little bit.
Oh, you ain't hooked very good either now. I think we'll go ahead and net him. Look at that. Woo! Look at that.
What a head. Whoa! That's the one you came
I'm
for.
telling you.
All right.
That will make makes the deal right there.
Makes me want to throw.
So again, look here, folks. That
Big.
is real close to the same size fish you caught up there this morning.
That's twins, aren't
I'm telling you. But
beautiful fish.
that's
what
almost,
we've been talking about. You don't know which cast he's coming on.
that's for sure.
We caught all these baby fish this morning. After catching that good one, here's another giant lunker type fish, one that would look pretty on the wall. What a mouth.
I'm telling you, that is a beautiful,
Color,
heavy fish.
color. We made a mistake not putting a battery in our scales this morning.
We sure did. I did
Can't weigh
not.
them. I'm gonna weigh that fish 7.5.
It's real close. Right around 7 pounds, somewhere around 7 pounds. It's just a beautiful fish. I'm gonna get him back in there. I mean,
And thank you again, Kerry, for having me out here with you.
I'm telling you,
Such
Bobby,
a pleasure.
it has been a pleasure.
I'm gonna have to leave you now. I've got an appointment I gotta keep, but it's been just great to be with you. I hope I'll be in the boat with you again, and it's been wonderful.
We're going to make sure that happens, if the good Lord's willing, and we're going to be back on this lake again, folks. I don't know, hopefully in the near future. That fish and the one Bobby caught this morning, and my wife had a hold of one just as bigger, and I'm telling you, it don't get a lot better. We could have got a few more big fish, but it's been a wonderful, wonderful day, and we certainly hope you have enjoyed this show, folks.
Kerry's Gone Fishing is brought to you by Highway 19 Groceries, Pond Plus 2 in Winfield, First National Bank, Dr. Rodney A. Tittle, and S&R Motors. Kerry's Gone Fishing was brought to you exclusively by Wright Outfitters, a great place to hunt and fish. Owner Lance Wright invites you to call for an appointment at area code 205-921-9166 or visit us on the web at www.wrightoutfitters.com.